the fact that you have tried to do something and the fact that you're doing something, you should know that you have killed self-doubt already.
Yeah.
So when you're doing something, you should just believe that you have done it and it's you who have done it.
Yeah.
So don't ever think that your work was never good enough or what you're doing is not good enough. When end of the day you've already started it. There are people who have not even started, but you've decided to start and you're still pushing and you have seen results. So for us to be nominated, I remember I called you, I was like, us?
Why?
Why? But are we gonna win? Obviously, end of the day, we didn't win, but it's the fact that you're even nominated. There's some podcasts that I know that say that they're better than everyone else, but they didn't even get nominated. So the fact that you even got nominated, people saw on what you didn't.
True.
So keep doing what you're doing. Don't doubt yourself, man. There's always people in the background that appreciate you more than what you think. That's one thing this is one thing that I've taken in from Connectors Club, from MYOD, is that there are people that are rooting for you more than even your friends, and they don't even know you. They know you off the camera, they just know you on camera, and they know what you're doing, and they really appreciate you.
They're always watching, they're always supporting you.
Literally, the amount of I've been, when I go outside sometimes literally even Musa tells me, it's like, now even when I go outside, people notice you.
Yeah.
It's because they've seen the good things that you do. So that really pushes us to do more, to be honest. That's why we ask you subscribe so that more people can see. Because even when let me tell you something, guys. Your friends will support you, but I don't think they'll give you the credit that you deserve. Because I feel like sometimes your friends have this kind of kinyongo inside them, that why are you doing it? And I've had this testimony with my friend, actually, that we're doing something together and we can see other people who are our friends, but they're hating on it just because we're doing it, they're not.
And most of the time is because your friends love you and they are seeing that you are changing and you're becoming someone else, and that really pisses them off. They want you to be the same guy so that you can still be around the same cycle.
But that's impossible. You can't just be the same person every day.
And also, dealing with self-doubt is equal to being kind to oneself, like being kind to yourself, treating yourself better, like having that self-compassion. You understand? So what do you think are the best strategies that someone can implement to be very kind and compassionate to themselves?
You have to be positive.
Yeah.
Because self-doubt starts from negativity. So when you start asking yourself, that's just negativity, saying, am I the one? Can I do this? Is she really my girlfriend? Is she cheating on me? That's just negativity. You just have to be positive with everything that you do. End of the day, when you're positive with yourself, your mind's going to be positive. As you said, your external life is going to be positive. Negativity will come, but if you have a positive mind, you'll be able to deal with it very healthfully.
Okay.
And also treating yourself.
Like rewarding yourself.
Okay. Sometimes, for example, you sit down there, for example, we said you get 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
I don't think I deserve it. I don't think we deserve it. I think we should just wait. Maybe we didn't do well. That moment there, that's self-doubt. Like, why did I get 1,000 followers? You should remember that you started it for a reason. So you are getting that it's for a reason. So reward yourself, be positive, and I believe those are some of the ways that you build your mind into killing that self-doubt.
So one other way that I've found is very important and someone can use to deal with self-doubt, and we actually talked about this in our previous episode, and it's setting goals. Having those clear and well-defined goals. I'll talk about the importance of having goals. First, when you know how to set your goals, it boosts your confidence a lot, because if you set small goals that are achievable, not really small goals, like let's say you have a very huge goal and you break it down into small steps that are achievable and manageable. The moment that you achieve that small goal, which is a part of a bigger goal, you become more confident because, I've achieved this, I can do it, so I can move to the next one, right? So that's one of the importance of using your goal setting ability to deal with personal doubts. So another importance, it reduces you being overwhelmed, right? Because the moment you break down your goals into smaller parts, your goals becomes easier, and it's also easier for you to stay motivated, right? And there's something called personal feedback loop, because the moment that you achieve a small goals, it creates a momentum to keep going, because you see that, okay, I've managed to do this, and then I can do the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And also, let me talk about how can you set your goals, because we talked about this in the last episode, and I will repeat today, because your goals should be the most important thing. That you should wake up every single day, you should go after your goals, go after your dreams, because if you're not doing that, and if you don't have goals, it means you don't have any direction. So whenever life will lead you, it's not a wrong place, because you didn't have any goals at first place. So how do you set your goals? You need to set smart goals. What do I mean to when I say smart? Your goals should be specific, should be measurable, should be achievable, should be relevant to what you want, and should have a time limit. So whenever you're setting your goal, you should always consider those stuffs, right? And also I talked about you should break down your large goals into small goals so that it feels easier to achieve. And another thing, whenever you set your goals, you should always track your progress. I remember even here at MOD podcast, every month we track our progress. We say, okay, we had this goal, and this month, what have you achieved? Where have we reached? Tracking your progress, it helps you to know where did you start and where you are right now and where you're going. And it will also help you to adjust your goals and see where you're slacking. Also, you talked about this, you should always celebrate your wins. I don't want to repeat that. And at the end of the day, you should also know how to reflect and adjust. You might have a goal which you think is very big, and maybe you would want to achieve it in a year, but sometimes it can happen in 1 month. That's why you should always reflect on your goals. If it happens in 1 month, it means you have to adjust your strategy. You have to change your goals. You need to go for a bigger goal. I remember on our TikTok page, we had a goal like, okay, we should be getting 100 followers in a month. And there was a month that happened. We went from, I remember it was 300 followers. We went all the way to about 2,000 followers. And it happened in like 3 to 4 days. So if that happens to you, then you should know the importance of always adjusting your goals, because some goals can happen very fast, and some goals you might have set and they're unrealistic. Maybe you have to achieve it in a year, but the reality is it takes 10 years. So you should always reflect and adjust your goals.
I believe another way to kill self-doubt is being, as I said, being positive. I said it previously, but I'd like to touch a bit more on it.
Yeah.
Positive affirmations. I can, I must, I will. Being confident. You just have to be confident. Before you start something, say to yourself, I am confident and I'm going to do it. As I said previously about my own story, is that before I went on stage, I said, I can do it. That there, you've solved 50%. As long as you believe in yourself, you've solved 50%. There will be a lot of people pulling you back, but as long as you're confident and you believe in yourself, you shall get to where you're supposed to be going, because of you being positive.
And make sure, like when you're doing those positive affirmations about yourself, make sure you speak them with your chest. You speak them with full confidence. Like you should not have any kind of doubt, because the universe always listens. You should always write it down, say it to people, tell people like, okay, I'm gonna do this. This is how I feel about myself. This is how positive I am, because the universe listens, and it's all energy.
You know why some people who are in good healthy relationships are rich, why they go broken, why they break up with their people, is because they believe they're not worthy of it. As you talk about, if someone breaks up with their girls because they're not worthy. Sometimes people believe that they're not worthy. They end up ruining what they have, which is good. Sometimes someone has a lot of money, but ask themselves, am I worthy of this money? Like, why do I have it? Why someone else doesn't have it? Ends up losing all of it. So when you get to a certain stage, say, I am worthy of love. Like, as you said, say it out loud. I am worthy of love and respect. Yeah. I am worthy of this money. This belongs to me. I worked hard for it. So some positive affirmations you can say to yourself is that I can do it. I am worthy of love and respect. I am that person. I am that guy. And I can do it. Trust me, once you start doing these little things, they'll push yourself to a much bigger person that you're going to be.
Yeah, and if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't think that you're worth enough, no one will ever think that you're worth enough, and no one will ever believe in yourself. You know, there's this guy is called Nico Omorana. You remember him, right? Yeah. You know, there's one video I watched of him. He went to Monaco, and he was always trespassing in people's boats, and they were letting him in because he looked like he knew what he was doing. So whenever he enters a boat, he was so confident that all those people who were at the security, they thought
he's the person.
Yeah, he's the person, and he was invited just because he was very confident. So it's very important to be very confident about yourself in anything that you do.
I mean, another way, you can just stop meditating. And I remember when I was watching this video and I was saying the best way to meditate is when you meditate, have a pen and paper and start writing down your problems. And I said in the previous episode, once you write down your problems, you're solving a certain percent of the problem. But at this point, write what you think, why do you self-doubt yourself? So sit there, close your eyes, room quiet, and start writing down all the negative thoughts you have in your head.
Yeah.
And start saying these positive affirmations to yourself. I can do it. This is not happening. This is just an illusion, as Musa said. Once you start doing these things, they'll start removing the self-doubt, as I said. So meditate, or sometimes even saying it out loud. You know, sometimes when you keep some things inside, they start giving birth to other things. Other things start growing inside. But say it out loud, or talk to a therapist. You'd self-doubt yourself. Therapists can be very beneficial, because once you talk to someone, like you're letting it go, you're letting it outside, it leaves. It helps you.
Talking about therapists, it's very important to seek feedback. In anything that you do, you have to seek feedbacks. There are a lot of different kinds of feedback. For example, you know, Tanzanians, they have the funniest and weirdest comments. You go to your comments and expect some good feedback, and what you'll see is stupid people arguing about stupid stuffs. Sometimes the stuffs are not even relating to the video of what you're talking about. So I'm not talking about those kind of feedback. I'm talking about the positive and constructive feedbacks. So, you know, feedbacks are very important because they make you know about yourself, the thing that you didn't know. They also help you to identify, let's say, blind spots. Let's say I'm here, I'm talking, and I don't look good in my shades. Someone can come back and comment like, yo, don't wear those shades, you can wear this kind of shades. Okay, let's say I'm the way I'm seated, I don't look confident enough, and someone comes to the comment section and give me a feedback like, okay, you should sit this way to be confident, or you should talk this way. That's the importance of having feedbacks, and it also helps you to improve yourself even more if it is constructive, and it also helps you to build your personal confidence, because some people will come and give you a very, very nice feedback like, hey, the video that you posted the other day, it really helped me, it really kept me going. I really learned on how to deal with self-doubt. So that also will help you to improve yourself, but you should always know where and how to seek that kind of feedback, because sometimes you'll seek feedback from very dumb people, and instead of giving you feedback, they'll even insult you. We have seen a lot in our comment section. People give us insults instead of feedback. So where can you get like positive feedback? First, from your close friends, and they should be the friend that you value and you trust, so that when they say something, you'll take it. And also, you should be very specific in what you're asking for. For example, you do a presentation and you want feedback from people who are listening. You can go to someone, and instead of asking them like, yo, what do you think of my presentation, you can ask them in a more direct way, in a more specific way, like, hey, can you give me feedback on my presentation style, let's say, and content delivery, how was it, right? And also, to get good feedback from people, you should be open and receptive. Like, you should be very open-minded. I remember the other day we were seated at your apartment and we were talking about stuff about you, and you are very receptive. I remember you even offered me cash to keep talking. Yeah, and that really showed me that, okay, this guy is very open to some positive criticism about himself. If someone offers you money to talk, yeah, it's a good thing. And I ate that money, bro.
But you talked about feedback, and earlier on you talked about people really love seeking validation, but it's not a good thing. What's the difference between seeking feedback and someone just coming to you asking for validation?
You should really know how to differentiate the two, because there's some people that are always validating you even if you're wrong. So you should be very careful with that. You should not have those kind of yes sir, yes sir,
yes man
kind of people. So you should have people who are always telling you the truth. And also, you should always act on your feedback. Let's say I'm always coming to you and asking for some feedback, and you always give me feedback and I don't act on it. You will stop, right? You will never give me any kind of feedback. And also, if I don't appreciate you for your feedback, you see me do something wrong the next day and you don't tell me anything. So you should always act upon the feedback, and you should always show appreciation. Thank someone who has given you feedback or an advice that you think is positive and is constructive and is going to help you in your life. And for the rest of the stupid comments that people make, just ignore them. They are not worth your time.
And to end it off, make sure you take action despite the self-doubt. Because once you start stopping taking action is when you start failing, is when you start losing. You just have to take action regardless. You just have to do it regardless. Because today I was doubting myself, saying, can I really talk about self-doubt? Can I really come do this episode? That means, and I say no, that means this episode is done. I can't, this episode is cancelled. There's no episode. That means no video for you guys. The work is done, not every Sunday. So that means I've pushed a lot of things back. But once you start taking action, regardless of what is going on, in your mind, and you're just taking this action.
And one of the most important ways to be more self-confident and remove that self-doubt is, you need to have that support network with you all the time, because it really helps you a lot. And that's why we have Connectors Club, whereby you can come and build your own network, the network of people who will support you, the network of people who you share the same values, you share the same goals. And we actually have an event coming up on the 20th of July. We'll have Vuthi Thembekwayo as a keynote speaker, and we're going to have a lot of people come to that event. As yesterday, you went to meet GSM, who approved that he's going to be at our event. So if you want to network with him and his team as well, you can come. So it's very important to build a network, and there are ways that can help you to build a good support network, such as, first, you need to identify your key people. Who do you want to network with, right? You need to know, do these people share values with me? Do you have the same goals? Do you have the same interests? Yeah. Then engage in networking events such as Connectors Club. Come to an event, you'll meet a lot of people. Also, you need to form genuine relationships, because networking is not just about taking contacts. It's about being friends. It's about knowing each other so well. It's about building those relationships, investing time to get to know people, right? And also, you need to know how to communicate very well when you're networking with someone, right?
I feel like you're giving them gems.
Yeah.
I feel like you should stop, because they should go back to our previous video and watch the whole thing on networking.
Oh yeah. We have a video about
instead of you just
networking.
Finishing this 2 minutes of talking about networking.
Yeah.
Go back to our previous video, and it was like a whole hour of talking about how to network, importance of networking, why you should network, and actually, Vus is going to be talking about how to secure strategic partnerships and networking. So come attend this event. Just that's just me. Just come attend this event.
So let me not dive deep
Yes.
into that because we already dived deep
Already dive deep.
a long time ago. So
A long
just
time
go
ago.
and watch that video. And actually, we're gonna put the same video in the comment section. So after watching this video, just
should go
and
watch it,
that
yeah.
video about networking. Yeah,
It's worth every minute.
yeah, exactly.
But that was the whole talk about self-doubt. If you're sitting there right now doubting yourself, we've talked about some ways on how to conquer it, and trust me, there are a lot of ways to conquer it. Maybe I've not covered a few, and trust me, there are a lot of ways to conquer self-doubt. We've talked about a few, and I believe there's more out there. So if you think there's another way we didn't talk about, mention it in the comment below so that we can know for it ourselves too. But just be confident, believe in yourself, and trust me, you will get to where you want to be.
And most importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
See you on the next episode.